I have a really cool video for you guys today. I did an unboxing of this, but I couldn't upload it because of some of the content in it was corrupted. Half the video was just black, and the first part of it was no audio, and the other part of it was just black and skippy audio. Like there was the audio from the first part that had no audio was in the second part, and it also wouldn't let me I tried to fix it and it wouldn't. I just couldn't, and I couldn't do couldn't redo the video because that would be kind of pointless for an unboxing. Because even though I did get this off of eBay for $180, the only issue is that it needs a new SSD, and that's not going to be for another video. Yeah. I got it with everything that it came with when it first came out, whenever it was first shipped, and also with a case. And let me show you what that is. And I also got an add-on that was an expensive add-on. So okay, I got myself. Come on, focus. Focus. I got myself a Surface Pro 2. Proof that it's a Surface Pro 2. This it's the 64 gigabyte model. So, but what we're going to, and I also got, and it's in perfect condition. No scratches, no cracks, no dents, nothing wrong with the casing. I also got the type cover 2, and this thing is in perfect shape. There is some scuffing on the side, as you can see, where it would normally be. But this thing was barely used, from what I can tell, and the keyboard has that new smell. It doesn't. It probably was brand new, and I got it for $80. So, and yeah, and what we're going to do is I'm going to do a video on booting into the live Ubuntu. I think it's 14.05 or whatever, 14.04. I don't really remember. Let's see. 14.04.3. So just same exact version I installed in that crappy netbook, but this is replacing that netbook. So let me go get the flash drive. It's on my Mac or my PC. So yeah. I have got it. It is right here. The thing that you have to do first, since this thing is a failed SSD, it's much easier. All you have to do is you have to turn on the tablet. Since it's a non-Windows operating system, you got to turn off Secure Boot. So, yeah. So yeah, let's just wait for it to boot up. And as you can tell, the backlit keyboard is pretty damn amazing. So. The only key that feels and sounds weird is this one. So you can barely hear it, opposed to that one. But it still works. And also the key trackpad is really weird to use. The only problem that I have is the texture. I don't like it. It just feels so weird. I like the type cover 1 because yes, I did get to use the Surface Pro 1 with the type cover 1, and I like the other one better because it has a click. It still if you can look at it, it does look like it's going in, and that's a part of it. But I don't know if it is a button or just a small silent button. But yeah, still booting into the Surface. It's failing, and there is no operating system. There is no. And the SSD is messed up. So okay, here we go. All you have to do is just turn that off and turn that off. then push exit. But first we need to put our flash drive in. And I'm also going to be doing something else. I'm going to be formatting this micro SD card. So it just goes in right here. Okay, if I can get it in. Oh, there's the kickstand. Okay, now just quit. There we go. Whenever it's red, it looks orange to me off camera, but on camera it looks red. But this means the secure boot is turned off. I don't know why it does this. It should just show a unlocking bolt right here, or that cut the video off. It should just have a secure boot and shouldn't be red. It should just have a bolt. But okay, we're in the boot menu. What we need to do now is we need to just see the keyboard works. So what we need to do is just push try Ubuntu without installing, and there you can see the version. It is 2.02 beta 2 not dash beta 2 dash Ubuntu dash 9 Ubuntu 1.3, if you couldn't see that already. Okay, let's just put that. Okay. And now we just wait for it to power on. There we go. We got the Ubuntu logo. There we go. We are booted up. We just need to wait for it to show us the user interface. There we go. We got the mouse. Trackpad works. I have done this already, so I'm going to show you one of the coolest things. The first thing is that this works. So if I push this, it acts as the Ubuntu button, and so does that. And the second thing is this. The even touchscreen works perfectly. Oh, didn't want me to open that. Whatever, it's still open. Okay, wait for it to just get a bit farther. Okay, it's right there. And the sound works. That. The volume buttons work too, perfectly. It is running in the full 1920 by 1080 resolution. And something else I discovered is this. If you go to the and multi-touch works also. If you go to activity monitor, and note this is first. Let me go to the settings. Details. It will tell us this, or what we have. We have 3.8 gigs. It's just not showing the full 4. I don't know why, but yeah. And then we got the Intel Intel Core i5 4300U, and you might notice something. 1.9 gigahertz times 4. I don't know if this thing is. I'm pretty sure this thing is a dual core with hyperthreading, but it's advertised as a dual core only. But the funniest thing is that it limits itself to, because it's hyperthreading. That's when 2 cores can create 2 virtual cores of them from themselves. The first CPU that could ever do that was the Pentium 4. They actually had the Pentium 4, which is a single core, and then they had the Pentium 4 hyperthreading. The hyperthreading was like turn of the century. It was like a revolutionary thing because it was the first somewhat of a dual core system, like having a computer that would perform as a dual core without having a dual core or having 2 cores, because back in the day, you could, in Windows PCs, I think they either had a dual CPUs or a single CPU, and that's why back in the day with the old Apple Mac Pro, Power Mac G5s or G4s, when you saw a dual or a quad or single, it's because it had more than one CPU, because the CPUs at the time couldn't handle having cores without overheating or destroying themselves because they get so hot. But the Pentium 4 with hyperthreading was the first revision was terrible. It overheated like a mother, and then they just revised it and made it much better. But this is kind of weird and cool. It shows 1.9 gigahertz by times 4. The funniest thing is that the operating system must be telling the hardware that it can hyperthread. Because I don't know if Windows lets it hyperthread, but it's sticking its max top speed at 1.9 and it's running the 2 virtual cores. So if we go here to the right there, go to resources, come on, there, we see 4 cores, which is fucking amazing. And you see the 3.8 gigs. Come on. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Because I didn't know this thing actually had that support. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, scoot all this stuff back, and I'm going to do a typing video. Unplug my phone. Okay. Let's do this. Oh yeah, you just saw me type that. It was pretty quick and fast and responsive. There is no issues with the cover at all. The only issue with it is it's not with the cover, it's with whenever you detach the cover, slash keyboard, it does not work anymore in the sense of, let me turn that off because it's running on battery and there's no use for it. And what it does, is it actually turning back on? No. And what it does is it doesn't recognize it when you plug it back in. If I remove it right now, I will not have any type of keyboard. And if I take it off right now and then I put it back on, it will not work whatsoever. It won't even recognize it at all. So yeah, and another issue is, get it off the. This is what I had it mounted on. Another issue is I'm gonna use the trackpad because it's easier. Because you can actually see everything. Minimize this. Is this? This is one of the issues. Another issue. Wi-Fi does not work. Nothing network. Nothing. The network. Nothing that has to do with wireless connectivity works at all. No Bluetooth. No Wi-Fi. And I do not have a. And I do not have a USB to Ethernet adapter on hand because I don't need one. So yeah, but it works amazingly, and it's quick, it's fast, it's pretty damn awesome. So yeah, and also we're going, like I said, I wanted to format the flash drive, and note this was not a flash drive. This is a micro SD to USB adapter. Discs. We got the cruiser, and we're just going to format that. Yes. Okay. And then there we go. It is partitioned. So, well, it's partitioning right now. Sorry about that. It's partitioning. There we go. So yeah, it is a fully working tablet. So this is how I tested out to see if the SSD was dead or not, because it would show up in this list. So yeah, and also I tested out to see if it was just SSD, because if it was just the SSD, I'd be able to. It wouldn't even boot because it would have run into so many errors and stuff. So yeah, so I thought that was cool. Oh, another issue with the keyboard is if I push the I think it's either, it'll do this. It'll act like I'm turning the trackpad off. So if you've ever had a computer that had a mouse button that had a button to turn off the trackpad, it's a very convenient feature, especially whenever you're either typing and you have an external mouse like this, or yeah, if you have something like that, it's really easy to be. It's really convenient because while you're typing, you might hit the trackpad or whatever. So, because a lot of mice that didn't have the technology to turn off the keyboard, turn off the trackpad, or ignore random touches like palm prints or whatever, or palm. So. But I want to show you the it being detached from the whoa. Okay, I'm going to show you a video of me detaching it from the keyboard. Detaching the keyboard from. Sorry. So, okay. So yeah, and let's attach it, and I'll show you that it doesn't work. By some reattaching, and it does not work whatsoever. So no Alt Tab or anything. So it just but the if you look and see it, the And note, that is not. That is off. That is on. You can see it's powering it, but it just doesn't know it. It's know what to do because it's not used to this type of stuff. It having a detachable things like this. It's not a. It doesn't know how to plug and play this. So it's just kind of, yeah. But other than that, it works perfectly. I was able to see how long the battery lasts. It says it'll last 3 hours, so that's pretty good, even on Ubuntu. That's with Ubuntu, of course. It isn't with Windows, and it's at 90% right now. But you got to remember, it is powering a flash drive, and also it's not running off the internal hardware. So it would be a lot better running off the internal hardware. Then yeah. But here are the specs of the battery. So this you can see it's only 2 watts. I believe that's watts lower. So yeah, and then you can see the rate, and then you can see the voltage, and then you can see the capacity, 95.2. Percentage is at 91, but up here it says 90. So yeah, it's not that bad. And I was very surprised that this worked, the touchscreen. I didn't know that Ubuntu actually had touchscreen drivers, so that's pretty cool. It does let me. I thought it did do. I don't know if it does multi-touch or what, but there is no way to do any kind of like right mouse clicks. So yeah, that's the only downside of the not having an active or working touchscreen. So yeah, and yeah, so that was cool. And that's the end of the video. So like and subscribe if you want. If you want to see more random comment down below if you want to see any more Surface stuff, because I love this fucking thing. So yeah, but hopefully soon, once I get the money to get the tools, because I'm getting a kit to be able to help me open this, and also I'm getting a 128 gigabyte M SATA SSD. I'm upgrading this thing from the 64 to the 128 because I found a 128 gig M SATA SSD for 42 bucks, and I've also found another one for 40 bucks. So that's pretty good. So yeah, thanks for watching, and just like if you enjoyed the video, comment down below if you want to see if you want to just talk and have a discussion of the video, and subscribe if you want to see just random content, any random content and more Surface Pro content. Also, I'm sorry about the last content, the previous videos. Those were all just things that were from my old channel that I just shut it down because I couldn't upload anything because I didn't want to attach a Google Plus account to it. So I hate having to do that, especially whenever my Google Plus has my full name. So yeah, privacy reasons. But yeah, also yeah, but those other videos were just old and they were they were good videos. So yeah, thanks for watching.